What if I told you the story of a man who rose from humble beginnings to become the most revered Muslim leader of the 12th century, uniting a fractured empire and reclaiming Jerusalem from the Crusaders with unmatched bravery and chivalry? Let's find out about this man in today's video. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, Nasiha Studio. In this video we have come up with the story of one of the bravest Muslim leaders of all time, Salahuddin al-Ayyubi, who crushed the enemies of Islam. Who was Salahuddin al-Ayyubi? Salahuddin al-Ayyubi, also known as Saladin, was a prominent Muslim leader and military commander who played a crucial role in the history of the Islamic world during the 12th century. His full name was Salah ad-Din Yusuf ibn Ayyub, and he was born in 1137 in Tikrit, a town in present-day Iraq. Salahuddin is best known for his role in the Crusades, particularly for recapturing Jerusalem from the Crusaders, and his reputation for chivalry and generosity. Early life and rise to power. Salahuddin al-Ayyubi, more commonly known as Saladin, was born in 1137 in the fortress town of Tikrit, located in present-day Iraq. His family was of Kurdish descent, and his father, Najm ad-Din Ayyub, served as a governor and a respected military commander. The family moved to Mosul and then to Damascus, where Salahuddin's early education took shape. He was tutored in various fields, including theology, law, and the art of war, reflecting the scholarly and martial traditions of his family. Salahuddin's rise to prominence began under the mentorship of his uncle, Shirkuh, a powerful military leader serving the Zengid dynasty. Shirkuh and Salahuddin embarked on several military campaigns, and it was during these expeditions that Salahuddin's strategic acumen and leadership qualities began to shine. In 1169, the Zengids sent Shirkuh to Egypt to support the Fatimid Caliphate against external threats, primarily the Crusaders and the encroaching influence of the Kingdom of Jerusalem. Shirkuh's successful campaigns led to the overthrow of the previous vizier, and upon Shirkuh's death later that year, Salahuddin was appointed as his successor. At just 31 years old, Salahuddin became the vizier of Egypt. Initially, Salahuddin's authority was met with suspicion and resistance from the Fatimid court and the Egyptian populace. However, he gradually consolidated his power through a combination of political acumen, military prowess, and religious legitimacy. Salahuddin's Sunni beliefs aligned with those of the broader Muslim world, contrasting with the Shia orientation of the Fatimid Caliphate. This ideological alignment helped him garner support from Sunni factions within and beyond Egypt. One of Salahuddin's most significant achievements during this period was the unification of Egypt with the broader Islamic world. In 1171, he abolished the Fatimid Caliphate, restoring Sunni Islam as the dominant religious authority in Egypt. This move solidified his position and marked the beginning of his expansive vision to unify the Muslim territories. With Egypt under his control, Salahuddin turned his attention to the surrounding regions. He embarked on a series of campaigns to bring Syria, Mesopotamia, Hejaz, and Yemen under his rule. His efforts were not only military but also diplomatic, as he forged alliances and exerted influence through strategic marriages and political maneuvering. By the mid-1170s, Salahuddin had established himself as the preeminent leader in the Muslim world, commanding a vast and unified empire. His focus then shifted to a larger goal, confronting the Crusader states that had been established in the Levant since the First Crusade. The Crusaders, with their strongholds in Jerusalem, Antioch, and other key cities, posed a continuous threat to the Islamic territories. Consolidation of power. After securing his position as the ruler of Egypt, Salahuddin al-Ayyubi embarked on a mission to consolidate his power and expand his influence across the Muslim world. This phase of his life was marked by strategic military campaigns, astute political maneuvers, and significant administrative reforms, which collectively strengthened his authority and prepared him for the larger objective of confronting the Crusader states. unification of Muslim territories. Salahuddin's vision extended beyond the borders of Egypt. He aimed to unify the fragmented Muslim territories, which had been weakened by internal divisions and external threats. His first target was Syria, a region of great strategic importance that was divided among various competing factions. In 1174, the death of Nur ad-Din, the ruler of the Zengid dynasty in Syria, presented an opportunity for Salahuddin. With the support of his loyal forces and allies, he quickly moved to assert control over Damascus, the heart of Syria. His reputation as a capable leader and his commitment to the cause of Sunni Islam helped him gain the support of many local leaders and the general population. Over the next few years, Salahuddin extended his control over Aleppo, Homs, and other key cities in Syria. He also moved into Mesopotamia, modern-day Iraq, and secured the allegiance of various emirs and tribal leaders. His campaigns were characterized by both military might and diplomatic finesse, as he often preferred to negotiate and form alliances rather than engage in unnecessary bloodshed. Strengthening Egypt. While expanding his influence in the broader region, Salahuddin did not neglect his base in Egypt. He implemented a series of administrative and economic reforms to strengthen the country. Recognizing the importance of a strong economy to support his military ambitions, he invested in agriculture, trade, and infrastructure. The Nile River, Egypt's lifeline, was the focus of several irrigation projects that boosted agricultural productivity. Salahuddin also reformed the military, creating a more disciplined and efficient fighting force. He established a standing army composed of various ethnic and tribal groups, including Kurds, Turks, and Arabs. This diversity helped him create a more robust and versatile military force capable of operating in different terrains and conditions. Religious legitimacy and propaganda. Salahuddin understood the power of religious legitimacy in unifying the Muslim world. He positioned himself as the defender of Sunni Islam, championing the cause of orthodox Sunni doctrine against the Shia Fatimid Caliphate he had overthrown. He patronized scholars, built madrasas, religious schools, and supported the spread of Sunni teachings. His commitment to the Islamic cause was also evident in his treatment of religious minorities. While he sought to consolidate Sunni power, he was generally tolerant of other Islamic sects and religious communities. This tolerance helped him maintain stability in his diverse empire and win the loyalty of various groups. The road to confrontation with the Crusaders. By the late 1170s, Salahuddin had established himself as the most powerful leader in the Muslim world. His control over Egypt, Syria, and parts of Mesopotamia provided him with the resources and strategic position needed to confront the Crusader states that had been established in the Levant since the First Crusade. The Crusaders, who controlled key cities such as Jerusalem, Antioch, and Tripoli, were a constant threat to the Muslim territories. Salahuddin's consolidation of power was driven by his ultimate goal of reclaiming Jerusalem and other holy sites for Islam. His efforts to unify the Muslim world and strengthen his military capabilities were all part of a broader strategy to achieve this objective. The Crusades and the Battle of Hattin. The Crusades were a series of religious wars initiated by the Christian states of Europe to reclaim the Holy Land from Muslim control. Salahuddin's most significant military campaign was against the Crusaders, who had captured Jerusalem and other key cities in the region. In 1187, Salahuddin launched a major offensive against the Crusader states. The decisive Battle of Hattin took place on July 4, 1187, near the Sea of Galilee. Salahuddin's forces decisively defeated the Crusader army, capturing or killing most of their troops. This victory was a turning point in the Crusades, as it led to the recapture of Jerusalem by Muslim forces. Recapture of Jerusalem. Following his victory at Hattin, Salahuddin marched towards Jerusalem. The city, a significant religious site for Muslims, Christians, and Jews, had been under Crusader control since 1099. Salahuddin's approach to the recapture of Jerusalem was marked by strategic planning and negotiations. He offered generous terms to the defenders, allowing many to leave the city safely. On October 2, 1187, Jerusalem surrendered to Salahuddin's forces. Unlike the Crusaders, who had massacred the Muslim and Jewish inhabitants when they captured the city in 1099, Salahuddin showed mercy and allowed the Christian population to leave peacefully. This act of generosity and chivalry earned him respect and admiration even among his enemies. Legacy and death. Salahuddin al-Ayyubi, or Saladin, left an enduring legacy that has shaped the historical and cultural landscape of the Muslim world and beyond. His life and achievements continue to be celebrated for their military brilliance, administrative skill, and chivalrous conduct. His legacy is not only preserved in the annals of history, but also in the collective memory and admiration of people across different cultures and religions. Legacy. 1. Military genius and leadership. Salahuddin is best remembered for his role in the Crusades, particularly the Battle of Hattin and the recapture of Jerusalem. His ability to unite various Muslim factions and lead them to significant victories against the Crusaders showcased his exceptional strategic and tactical skills. The Battle of Hattin in 1187 was a turning point in the Crusades, leading to the Muslim recapture of Jerusalem and reshaping the balance of power in the region. 2. Chivalry and generosity. Salahuddin's conduct during his military campaigns earned him a reputation for chivalry and generosity. His humane treatment of prisoners and respect for his enemies, including King Richard the Lionheart of England, stood in stark contrast to the brutalities often associated with medieval warfare. His decision to allow the Christian inhabitants of Jerusalem to leave peacefully after its recapture highlighted his commitment to principles of mercy and justice. 3. Unification of the Muslim world. Salahuddin's efforts to unify the Muslim territories under his leadership had a lasting impact on the political and social landscape of the Middle East. By consolidating power in Egypt, Syria, Mesopotamia, Hejaz, and Yemen, he created a formidable empire that was better equipped to resist external threats. His unification efforts also fostered a sense of shared purpose and identity among the Muslim population. 4. Administrative reforms. Beyond his military achievements, Salahuddin implemented significant administrative and economic reforms that strengthened the stability and prosperity of his empire. He invested in infrastructure, agriculture, and trade, which enhanced the economic foundation of his territories. His emphasis on justice and effective governance helped maintain order and legitimacy throughout his rule. 5. Cultural and religious patronage. Salahuddin was a patron of education and religion, supporting scholars, building madrasas, and promoting Sunni Islam. His commitment to religious and cultural patronage contributed to the intellectual and spiritual vitality of the Muslim world. His support for the arts, sciences, and education left a lasting cultural legacy that influenced subsequent generations. Death. Salahuddin passed away on March 4, 1193, in Damascus. His death marked the end of an era, but his legacy continued to inspire and influence the Muslim world. He was buried in a modest tomb near the Umayyad Mosque in Damascus, reflecting his personal humility and the values he upheld throughout his life. Despite his immense wealth and power, Salahuddin left little personal fortune, having distributed much of it in charity and to support his military campaigns. In his final days, Salahuddin's health declined due to the burdens of his extensive campaigns and the responsibilities of his vast empire. His death was mourned by Muslims and respected by his former enemies, who recognized his remarkable contributions to history. His tomb, a site of pilgrimage and reverence, stands as a testament to his enduring legacy. The story of Salahuddin al-Ayyubi, also known as Saladin, is one of remarkable leadership, military prowess, and moral integrity. Rising from humble beginnings in Tikrit to become the most revered Muslim leader of the 12th century, Salahuddin's journey was marked by his strategic brilliance and his ability to unite a fractured Muslim world. Salahuddin's early life and rise to power showcased his exceptional talents as a military commander and a political leader. His successful campaigns in Egypt and Syria, combined with his ability to consolidate power and implement significant reforms, laid the foundation for his future successes. By unifying various Muslim territories and strengthening the economic and administrative structures of his empire, he created a robust and resilient state capable of confronting external threats. His most notable achievement, the recapture of Jerusalem in 1187, stands as a testament to his strategic acumen and chivalrous conduct. The Battle of Hattin and the subsequent fall of Jerusalem marked a turning point in the Crusades, reshaping the geopolitical landscape of the region. Salahuddin's humane treatment of the city's inhabitants and his respect for his adversaries earned him admiration and respect, even among his enemies. Salahuddin's legacy extends beyond his military victories. His emphasis on justice, mercy, and effective governance set him apart as a ruler who prioritized the well-being of his people. His support for education, culture, and religion contributed to the intellectual and spiritual vitality of the Muslim world. His unification efforts fostered a sense of shared purpose and identity among the Muslim population, strengthening the bonds of solidarity and resilience. In his final years, Salahuddin continued to exemplify the values of humility and generosity. His death in 1193 marked the end of an era, but his legacy lived on through the principles he championed and the institutions he established. He was mourned by Muslims and respected by former enemies, a testament to the universal recognition of his greatness. Today, Salahuddin al-Ayyubi remains an enduring symbol of leadership, integrity, and compassion. His life story continues to inspire generations, reminding us of the power of unity, justice, and moral fortitude. His legacy is celebrated not only in the Muslim world, but also in the broader context of human history, where he is remembered as one of the greatest leaders and military commanders of all time. The legacy of Salahuddin al-Ayyubi serves as a beacon of hope and a reminder of the enduring impact of visionary leadership. His achievements and values continue to resonate, offering lessons in courage, strategy, and humanity. As we reflect on his life and accomplishments, we are reminded of the timeless principles that define true greatness and the lasting influence of a leader who dedicated his life to the cause of justice, unity, and compassion. Thanks for tuning in to today's video. If you enjoyed this video and found it interesting, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more content celebrating the Islamic heritage. Your support really helps spread these important stories and teachings. We hope that Allah brings peace, happiness, and success to you and your family.